In response to criticism or critique, if you say, "I am doing great work and I cannot come down," does that lead to an echo chamber effect? Does that lead to your inability to find out if you've been misled or mistaken? So I'm not sure if this video
I'm sorry, I'm doing a great work and I can't come down.
was in response to my video, this one.
Darante LaMar's Bridge City Global is an insulated echo chamber.
But it kind of seems like it was, like he's talking about people who bring criticism and distract. But, the jury's out. I don't know. I'm responding to this video as if it's not specifically to me. Darante tells a story from the Bible, a story involving Nehemiah. And he builds this wall around the city, or he's building this wall around the city. And he's receiving criticism and threats, and a whole bunch of people are talking negatively about it, okay? And so when it comes to threats or insults, stuff like that, if you want to push that aside and not take that to heart, I think that's the smart thing to do, right? You may want to do something about the threats. You may want to contact the appropriate authorities or, whoever it might be. But when it comes to criticisms and critiques, I think it's a little bit different of a story. So the story of Nehemiah, the way Darante explains it is Nehemiah is like, "I cannot come down. I am doing great work." Basically like, "Sorry, hater. Like, I'm not listening to you. You don't have anything valuable or important to tell me. I'm concentrated on my work, and nobody's gonna tell me anything different."
If you're wondering why I don't attend every desperate plea for my attention, it's because I'm working on something. God, that's good. I'm doing a great work and I cannot come down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and come down?
So let's take a step back here. I want to paint a slightly different scenario. So let's say there's an engineer, and he's working on this really long bridge. It's going to carry a whole ton of cars. It's kind of in an area where there's some extreme weather, okay? And another engineer, is looking over his shoulder and sees this plane, is kind of taking a peek at it. And he's like, "Ooh, I don't think this bridge is going to be able to withstand 60-mile-per-hour straight line winds. If the bridge is exposed to that, it might not be able to handle it. It might collapse." And he tells the engineer that. And the engineer's like, "I am doing great work. I cannot come down." Because he thinks he's just hating on him, right? He thinks he's just criticizing him for the heck of it, just to puff out his chest. But, is there a chance that he might not be doing that? And he might just be concerned about, the people who are going to travel on this bridge? Maybe that first engineer should be like, maybe I should redo the math, double check this stuff just to make sure. And that way I have peace of mind, and then I can go over to the engineer like, "Hey, listen, buddy, here's the math. Here's how it works. Looks like you made an error." Regardless, there's a good scenario by kind of double checking. And I like to take that approach in life. If someone is going to give me feedback, I like to take that at least with a degree of seriousness. If it's an insult, maybe I'll disregard it, right? If it's a threat, I'm not counting that as feedback. But when it comes to this feedback and critique, I understand that I can make mistakes, okay? And I can be misled, mistaken, and I take those critiques seriously. I mean, of course, if you're receiving hundreds and hundreds, right, you can't look at every single, maybe you can't look at every single YouTube comment or something like that, right? But if someone's bringing a critique to your attention, I think that if you want to learn and be accurate most of the time, taking those seriously and at least looking into them and double checking yourself is the wise approach to take. To whoever is viewing this video right now, My challenge to you is to take critiques with a amount of seriousness. Try to understand why the critique is occurring. Try to understand what they mean by it, and try to extract some value from it. And if you can't extract any value from it, talk to the other person about it. Maybe you explaining why you disagree, they'll be able to extract value from what you say. This is how we learn. Let's talk to each other about it.
Too high to come down. Got clouds in my lungs, floating through time where the silence hums. Grind it up slow, roll it like a crown. Took one hit, now I can't come down. Eyes red, mind clear, I just ride the wave. Let the world preach, I just misbehave. Elevated in a haze, I don't touch the ground. Nah, I'm too high to come down. Woke with a blunt and a fresh loose leaf. Breakfast was a hit, now the sky's beneath. Got that indigo calm with a sativa spark. My thoughts paint murals.